Hey there, I'm Richard Eisenbeis for GameZone.com and welcome to Big in Japan. This past month, Japan has become gripped once again by Pokemon fever with the release of Pokemon Black and Pokemon White. Now, while Pokemon is by far and away the best-selling handheld game series of all time, I had not played a Pokemon game since the original Red hit back in 1998. To keep things in perspective, I was in middle school and my Game Boy looked like this. So, try to keep my frame of reference in mind while I tell you all about Pokemon Black and Pokemon White. The overall plot of Pokemon has changed very little in the last 12 years. A young Pokemon trainer is on a quest to be the greatest Pokemon master ever by capturing monsters, training them to fight, and defeating the various gym leaders scattered across his or her region of the world. What's different, however, is the Team Rocket of this game, Team Plasma. Instead of being selfish, profiteering bad guys, Team Plasma has the noble goal of freeing all Pokemon from their brutal, slave-like lifestyle and returning them to the wild. Now, before Pokefans around the world object too strongly to Plasma's Pokemon are slaves viewpoint, I ask you to take a step back and see if you can follow this train of thought. Imagine that the world is full of creatures who are not only loving companions, but can also be trained to follow simple commands. While they have many uses, most are used to battle others of their own kind. In fact, this has become a worldwide phenomenon where people of all ages spend their lives catching, raising, and breeding these animals to be the strongest fighters in the world. But their battles are horribly violent and only end when one of the animals is brutally beaten into unconsciousness. But because these animals can easily be healed, truly love the fight, and most of all, because their trainers love them, it's totally moral, right? Now add on to that Pokemon are far more intelligent than dogs, and it becomes obvious that by our real-world values, Team Plasma is completely in the moral right. But the byproduct of that conclusion is that you, the player, are in fact the villain of White and Black. The hero of the story isn't you, it's In, the leader of Team Plasma, who travels from town to town, striving to create a world where Pokemon are safe from human tyranny. You, however, just push forward on your selfish quest to earn fame, shiny pins, and enslave at least one of every creature in the entire world. As with the plot, Pokemon's core gameplay has changed little since its inception. That's not to say that there haven't been some notable additions to the game, however. The most obvious is that there are 156 brand new Pokemon. Pokemon from past games can be transferred into Black and White, but only after the game's completion. Another big unlockable is Global Link, which allows you to upload your save game to the internet to unlock skills, recruit past Pokemon, and battle other players online. Despite a decade of refinements, Black and White at times suffers from its stagnant lineage. The out-of-battle menu systems are old and cumbersome. Example, to switch a Pokemon in and out of my lineup, I must first find a computer, then access someone's PC, select the Leave Pokemon option, remove the Pokemon I want, put it in a box, then back out, then select the Take Pokemon option, and choose from my boxes which Pokemon I want. And in battle, the pace of the gameplay is painfully slow. Every attack and other animation takes about 5 seconds to complete, and after seeing the same attack a billion times, you start to go insane. But what's worse is the enemy spam skills like Sleep and Confuse, which serve only to make an easy encounter into a mind-breakingly monotonous one. But hands down, the worst thing in Black and White was the random encounter rate. In most dungeons, you'd be lucky to get 3 squares without a random attack. Gah! If I weren't reviewing this, I would have quit the game at the Electric Rock Caves. Seriously, quit it then and there. Graphically, Pokemon has evolved well to the DS environment. The animated sprites and attacks tend to look good, though a bit pixelated, and the camera often exploits the 3D environment to the benefit of the overall experience. And don't be surprised if you run into a few real-world landmarks too. Before I tell you my conclusions, I think it's important to reiterate my relationship with Pokemon. I am neither a Pokemon fan nor a Pokemon hater, and while I am familiar with what the games were originally, I am largely ignorant of Pokemon's evolution to what it is today. I mean, when I hear people talk about EVs, I think of these. A friend of mine told me that to hardcore Pokemon players, the 50-hour storyline is just a prologue. A prologue. Thus, I am sure there are a billion intricacies in Black and White that I never properly appreciated, and more that I never even saw. But as a video game, I found Pokemon Black and White to be boring, monotonous, and more than a bit aggravating, with little payoff in either story or gameplay. Though, as a Pokemon video game, I found that versus Pokemon Red, everything had either improved or at least stayed the same. So really, this all just comes down to you. Have you ever played a Pokemon game before? Did you like it? If so, no doubt you'll like Black and White. It really is just the same game with a new coat of paint. And while I would never recommend this series to a newcomer, if you are forced to play one of them, this would probably be the one to choose. Anyway, I'm Richard Eisenbeis for GameZone.com. Peace out.
Gotta catch 'em all.